Hey everyone, this is Dylan, and today I'm going to be doing the May 2019 DVD and Blu-ray update video for you guys. So I actually got a couple more things this month than I originally anticipated on, and some of them were actually really pleasant surprises. So let's get into the DVDs. I actually have about the same amount of DVDs as I have Blu-rays. So the very first one I have is American Pie Presents The Naked Mile. So I have all of the Naked Mile, or all of the American Pie Presents movies now. It's kind of weird that they released, I believe it's Book of Love. That one was released on Blu-ray, but then there are 3 other ones, which looks like Bandcamp, Beta House, and The Naked Mile were only released on DVD, so I thought that was kind of strange. But I look forward to watching this at some point. I am a big fan of Eugene Levy, who's in, I believe he's in all of the American Pie movies. He plays the dad. I don't know, I like his kind of humor, and I've really grown to like him based off of his character on Schitt's Creek. If you haven't checked that show out, definitely check it out. It's on Netflix. Definitely worth your time. So then we also have this show. So this is the 4th season of the OC. I have the first 3 seasons, so I happen to be walking around this like antique market, flea market thing. It's like where people set up their booths and they sell things. So the seller of this, or this booth had a bunch of, like, the entire booth was just movies, and so they had $3 on that. It was like $2.95, and I was like, yeah, I'll pick that up so I can finish my set. These next 2, and then another one later on, I was at a thrift store, and it's like cash only, so it was like scrambling around to get some change and some ones, because usually the only thing I buy there is VHSs. And I don't know, this thrift store is very notorious to have like weird VHS prices. It's usually between 10 cents and 50 cents. Because the very first time I had went there, they were having a sale on VHS and it was 10 cents per thing. That's kind of what got me into the VHS thing. And then their normal price was 25 cents per VHS, and then at one point they changed it to 50 cents per VHS, which I think was kind of crazy, but I don't know, they kept it there for a while and then dropped it back to whatever. DVDs were only $1, and so I was going through and I had no idea if these were going to be priced at $1 because they were TV seasons, and so I went up to the thing and the lady was like, alright, 2 DVDs, $1, so I got the first season of Chicago Med. This is pretty recent. I don't know the year on this, but I know the show is still going on, and I was pretty happy. I've never watched it, but I don't know, I like medical shows, so I was happy to find this one. I also picked up season 2 of Chicago Med, and they were both in pretty good condition. I think there was a couple light scratches on like the very first disc, and then all the other ones were pretty much in great condition. So for $1 each, that's not a bad deal. So then the next one I picked up was this. So I picked this up from Big Lots, and this is called Believers. And this looked interesting. It's also about a cult, so that kind of piqued my interest because I'm really fascinated with cults. I was a little hesitant about getting it because it's part of this Raw Feed series, and these are like notoriously very low budget movies. I have another movie in the Raw Feed series, and it was just so low budget, it was crazy. And this one was actually directed by Daniel Maverick, and he was one of the people behind the Blair Witch Project. I watched 38 minutes of this, and I stopped it mostly because for whatever reason, the disc was skipping. Like, the disc looks perfect, but it was skipping, so I wasn't able to, like, watch it all. So I was planning on trying it on a different player to see if it would be any better. But it wasn't very... Yes, it did have a cult in it, but the acting was not very good, and also the storyline wasn't as good. So hopefully I'll finish watching this at some point, but it doesn't look like it's might not happen. So as soon as I saw this one, I immediately picked it up because I thought that it was rare, but upon further investigation, it's not as rare as I thought, but it was the cheapest way that I could get it, so I was pretty happy with it. So this is Carla. Because I thought it was rare because I know a lot of the movies, the fictionalized movies that are based off of true crime stories, a lot of those are like very limited print or out of print, so I had assumed this was the same for this one, but it really wasn't. So this has Laura Prepon in it, who's from Orange is the New Black, and she's from That 70s Show, and she plays Carla, and then Misha Collins, who is in Supernatural, plays Paul Bernardo, and they were based off of they were the actual names, but this movie was based off of the real life serial killers from Canada, and like the guy was like a serial rapist and stuff, so it was pretty crazy. But I was really happy to find this so then I can finally watch it. This is also technically an upgrade to my collection because I have it on VHS. I actually did a review of this, so I'll put a little iCard up there if you are interested in hearing my review. But this is Stephen King's The Tommyknockers miniseries. So I actually really like the Tommyknockers miniseries. I know a lot of people hate on it. A lot of people hate on a lot of the Stephen King miniseries from, I would say, the late 90s to early 2000s. But, you know, I really enjoyed this one, so I was really happy to find that as well. So this was the other one that I got from the thrift store for only $1. And so I was really happy with this one. Well, I don't know. I had really no idea what it was, so I just picked it up, and when I got home I watched it. So let me show you what this is. So this is Graves. So this was a show on Epix, and it lasted 2 seasons, which kind of sucks because I watched the first season of this in a day. Like, literally in a day. I mean, it wasn't too big of a deal because it was 10 episodes, and it was only like 30 minutes per episode. But this show is so good. And then I looked up to see if they released the second season on DVD, and they didn't. And I was kind of pissed about it. I was like, why? I hate when companies will release one season and then if the show goes on for more seasons or whatever, they don't do it. And I'm just like, what's the point? So I actually found the second season on Hulu, so I've been watching that. But this is just so good. So Nick Nolte, he plays a ex-president, Richard Graves. And he was in the White House 20 years ago. And he comes to this realization that a lot of the policies that he pushed while he was president have really been disastrous for the country. And he goes on this quest to make right the things that he did that were wrong. So it sounds super interesting, and it is. It's also pretty funny. It is a comedy, so I really enjoyed it. So I definitely think I will be doing a more in-depth review of this, so if you're interested in that, please look out for it. So now on to the Blu-rays. So the first one I picked up is an upgrade to my collection. This is the Double, and this has Richard Gere and Topher Grace in it. I don't know a whole lot about this movie. I wasn't able to watch it when I had it, or when I had it on DVD, so I look forward to watching it now. I also picked this one up, and this is The Colony. So this has Lawrence Fishburne and Bill Paxton, who I always love in Twister. And I've actually been watching a lot of Lawrence Fishburne lately because me and a friend are rewatching well, he's never seen it, but I'm rewatching the Hannibal series, and he plays Jack Crawford in it, and it also has Kevin Zegers in it. And I have really no idea what this movie's about, but it says when the Earth froze, the rules of survival changed forever. And I'm always kind of a sucker for like winter set movies, so hopefully this is good. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. This is also an upgrade to my collection. I also don't really know a ton about this, but this is called Fool's Gold. It's got Matthew McConaughey and Kate Hudson in it, so I look forward to watching this one. This one, I believe, was like $7.50 to $10. This is the Hunchback of Notre Dame, and this is also includes the Hunchback of Notre Dame 2, which I don't believe I've ever seen that one. And I figured I would pick this up because I know that they are working on a Hunchback of Notre Dame live action movie. So I thought it would be kind of cool to refamiliarize myself with this. I would say that the Hunchback of Notre Dame is a lesser known character. Not lesser known character, that's not true. It's a lesser appreciated movie, I would say. You don't really hear a lot of people talking about it, so I thought that I would definitely look that one up. This one is from the Warner Archives, and I know that the Warner Archives titles are usually pretty expensive. They're about $21, I believe, if you just buy like a regular one. But this one on Amazon had dropped down to, it was either $11 or $12, somewhere in that range. And so I decided to pick it up because I've been wanting it for a while. And this is based off of a Stephen King novel, so I definitely wanted to pick it up. But this is Dolores Claiborne. So I don't really know a ton about this. I think that it has something to do with the eclipse, or at least the book does, because that's there's a woman on the cover of the book, and there's an eclipse behind her. So I definitely look forward to watching this. This is also has Kathy Bates in it, and her only other Stephen King adaptation that she did was Misery, and that was amazing. So I look forward to watching this one. I don't think that it's going to be like the best because I don't hear a lot of people talking about it, but I definitely think that it would be worth a watch. So I picked this one up. I'm actually a little disappointed in how this came. I probably should have taken it back, but I was just, it had been a while, because I ordered it on Walmart.com, and I had it sent to the Walmart back home, so that my mom could pick it up because I was too busy with finals and stuff. But this is the second season of The Flash. So, when I got home about 2 weeks after she had picked it up, I opened it up, and one of the biggest things that was wrong with it, if you can see that, is that the entire bottom section of one of the things fell off. Also, the clip that holds the case shut on the bottom isn't there. I was also really disappointed that this didn't come with the slipcover. I know that the first one I have has the slipcover, so it kind of sucks that this one doesn't either. But, I mean, it is what it is. I'll probably have to try to see if I can't find another Blu-ray case. But, oh well. I guess stuff like that happens. It just kind of sucks. Alright, so then this one I actually picked up. I know that Planet Earth and all the nature documentaries and stuff have been pretty popular lately, and Netflix brought their own out, and I saw that this had dropped in price on Amazon, so I picked this up, and this is Planet Earth. This is, I believe, the original, and this is the 6-disc set. It says over 7 hours of extras. I definitely look forward to watching this. This is definitely, I feel like this is something good to put on at night, before you go to sleep. But also, I love animals. I've been a big fan of animals. One of the very first jobs that I ever wanted was to be a zookeeper. And so I definitely care about the earth. I think climate change is a big issue. I definitely wanted to give this one a watch. So this is an upgrade to my collection as well. This is I Am Legend. I haven't seen I Am Legend in so long, but this all apparently includes the alternate theatrical version with a controversial ending, which I kind of remember it, but I also kind of don't. I mean, the biggest thing about this movie that stands out in my mind is the, how should I put this? The horrible neck breaking, and if you know, you know, that it happens in this movie. So then we have this movie, which I know I also heard a lot of people don't like this, but I wanted to pick it up and give it a shot. Because you never know, and it was something at Big Lots. Oh, I had a coupon, and so I needed to spend $15 to get $5, $5 off, so I picked this one up, and this is the Bye-Bye Man. So I'm not expecting anything super great out of this, but I think that it'll be an interesting one to watch. And it's horror, so one of my big things. This one, I think I got a pretty good deal on this. So I happen to be on the Facebook Marketplace. That's where I try to sell a lot of my movies, so I don't have to pay for like fees and stuff on eBay. I mean, all my stuff's listed on eBay, but it helps if I can sell things locally, so then I can avoid those fees and stuff. But I happened to be on there, and I noticed that somebody was selling this, and so I clicked on it, and it was like $10, new in plastic, never been used, or whatever, and I was like, yeah, I probably should contact this person, because these movies rarely drop in price, and for $10 new, that's probably the best price I would be able to get it, at least for quite a while. So this is Ralph Breaks the Internet. I actually just watched this very recently. I actually just watched this today. I also picked it up today, so I had nothing to do, and I was like, you know what, I haven't seen it yet, and I liked the first one, so I was like, let me watch it. And I thought that for the most part, this was a pretty good movie. I definitely think that the biggest part of this was looking for all the Easter eggs and all the things that are just like in the background, and I think that was one of the best parts. It also had a pretty decent plot, so I was really happy with this and glad that I was able to pick it up for $10. And then probably the best deal that I got, and it has been showing up at Big Lots, so if you are interested, I would definitely check out your local Big Lots. But this is the Alien Anthology series. So this has Alien, Aliens, Aliens 3, and then Alien Resurrection. And this is all on Blu-ray, and this set goes for $20. I just recently saw that it had like dropped down to $18 on Amazon, and I paid $5 for this. It's $5 at Big Lots. So if you can find it, definitely go and pick it up. So it comes in like a little... It's a digibook style. So we've got Aliens, or Alien, which I actually just watched it for the first time. I had never seen Alien, and honestly, it was a good movie, but I think that people hyped it up just a little bit too much, at least for me. I do need to watch the rest of them, though. I've only seen bits and pieces of the original series, the original 4. I have seen Alien vs. Predator, Alien vs. Predator Requiem, Prometheus, but I still need to watch Alien Covenant. But here's Aliens, and then in between each of these, it has like a little page that has a full 2 pages of from the movie, and then we have Aliens 3, and then this, and then also Alien Resurrection. And it also comes with 2 bonus discs. which is making the Alien Anthology and then also the Alien Anthology Archives. And I believe that those are exclusive to this edition. Or at least exclusive to like the combo pack with all of the movies in it. But that is it for this DVD and Blu-ray update video for May 2019. If you're not already subscribed and you'd like to be, please hit that subscribe button down below. And if you like this video, please give it a like. If there's any of these movies that I've shown you guys today that you want to see a review of, let me know. I definitely am open to suggestions. So if you have any movie you would like me to review, definitely put that in a comment and I will try my best to do it. I am always looking for new and fun movies to watch. So thank you guys for watching and have a great day. Bye.